So today we are with the one and only Scott Donovan. Scott, thanks for your time at your busy diary today to talk to us. So we've just got a few questions for you. Obviously being self-employed, being in lockdown, how you found it, what you've been doing differently, and if you do anything differently. But just a few simple questions, just so people to get to know you, what you do, and what you've done differently since starting your own business. So tell us a bit about you to start with, however brief or however long you want to be.
Oh, how long you got? I started with Keller Williams in November last year. So 6 months now.
Okay.
Just realised it's 6 months. So it's gone very quickly. There's been some positives. There's been some negatives naturally with owning a business. But overall, it's been enjoyable. I think that I've discovered myself a little bit more.
Okay.
So it's been interesting, Ian.
What's so you said about negatives and positives. What are some of the negatives you can think of?
I think owning a business is not easy. It's made easier by the support that we have. But I think for me, it's there's 101 things you could be doing to improve your business. And that's where you think about where you're going. But ultimately, you just got to keep it simple. And sometimes we'll overcomplicate things. So if we just focus on one thing, we would naturally improve and get, I would say, get closer to where we want to be quicker. Because I think that when you set up a business, you always think you got to do X, Y, and Z, but actually it is quite simple. I think that I'm quite a positive person when it comes to business, and I think that overall I've had a lot of limited beliefs in myself, and now it's 6 months into it. I'm starting to unravel that now. I've had a few aha moments, shall we say, where I'm now discovering that there is actually no limit to my potential and where I can go with this.
Yeah, I think the majority of people do feel like that as well, don't they? So I can't do this, I can't do that, but there's people out there doing it, so it's
Why not?
learning and training yourself to do it. Yeah, why can't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you say you've been going since November.
Yep.
How long have you been? When did you start thinking about owning your own business, or is it something you've always wanted to do?
I've always felt that I would own my own business at some stage, but as I say, it wasn't until my father passed away when naturally you look at everything and look at my own life and think where I'm going, what's my goals, what's my ambitions, can I reach that from where I am being employed? And that wasn't the case. Maybe I went a little bit stale in myself, and I wanted to find a new challenge.
Okay.
And as I say, I spoke to Keller Williams. I think it was nearly a year from the start to when I joined. But as I say, you only join when you're fully ready.
Yeah, and when you just know it's right for you and it's the right time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So obviously we've been in different times at the moment, difficult times. How have you found things through being in lockdown?
I think we've been in lockdown a week beforehand, because little one wasn't well, so she had a virus of some sort. So we had to self-isolate for 2 weeks. So it's been I think 8 weeks now.
Wow.
I think naturally when something big happens, it's scary. It is scary from being a new business owner. What do you do? What do you do? And the thing you don't do is panic, because as soon as you panic, you make wrong decisions. So it's time to take a step back in your business life and your personal life and just review a few things. Ultimately, I reviewed my income and my outgoings in my business and personal life.
Yep.
I didn't realise how much money I would save or how much extra I'm paying on things. So utility bills, TV, phones, credit reference agency, audible books.
Yeah.
It's things you can. It's certain things you can come back with. There's you can do these things. It's important to do these things because ultimately you're going to A, save a lot of money. B, you realise you could live without quite a few of them, and C, you can get them back in the future. They're not
Yeah.
disappeared.
No.
So I think it's adapting. So I would be lying to say I have not had a moment of panic because I have.
Okay. Yeah.
But I stepped back and said, right, okay, this is now time to step up. So for me, I've continued to build relationships, in my own circle and out of the circle by doing other things.
Because you mean sort of relationships within the community where you live, or within
Yeah,
your family
absolutely.
as well?
I've never spoken to so many, and I think most people, you walk down the street now, everyone wants to say hello, everyone smiles, everyone's changed overnight. What's changed? Nothing has really changed to make people talk. But for me now, to speak to the rest of the community because there's some amazing people out there. I just love hearing their stories and their challenges, because ultimately, it's not bad for you. It's not bad. There's a lot of people out there unfortunately, there's many people pass away through this virus, and I think you've got to look at it. Then you've got your health, and there's always someone else out there worse than you, position wise.
Yeah. So what sort of things have you done to help then? So you obviously said about being able to help other people. What sort of things have you done?
I've helped out family with a drive-through fruit and veg. So now I'm a market trader. But
Del Boy.
Del Boy, yeah. But I think that with the amount of people coming through that all live in my community that I would never go out my way to speak to, and I'm seeing them, once, twice a week, and it feels like I'm talking to them every other day because it's going so quick. And the amazing stories that I'm hearing, the key workers, the police officers, the ambulance drivers, communities, there's so many people, and I think that it's been really good. I've really enjoyed it. Look, we're lucky that I've had sun every single day I've done it, but I think it's about building relationships, Ian, if I'm being honest. Because
Yeah, I think it's
this is a time that everyone wants to speak. Everyone wants to talk. And I think it's important. I genuinely care that they're all right. Yeah, there's no alternative motive in it. I just want to help. I've helped out with family with their fishmongers. There's a bit of social media, few deliveries, but I think this is real key time to help people that need it. And there's, I never want anything for it. I genuinely, I just really want to help. And I think that for me, by meeting and talking to all these people, people know who I am. It's now good to see people come to me and say, oh, you're the estate agent. Yeah, I am.
knowing who in the community.
It's a small thing, but for me, it's a big thing. It's a real good positive that I know what I'm doing is the right
Yeah, I
thing.
think it's almost that foundation of building your business as well. So just going on to my next question as well. So what have you done so far to thrive within your business? Obviously, you've cut your expenses, you've saved money within your household. It's been tough for everybody. So what have you done to thrive at the moment? So what have you been doing within the community as also within growing your business?
I think for me, it's giving, and the most important thing is the relationship building. It's because people buy people, and people will use people that they trust. And if you could build up that trust and you continue doing that, people will come to you. And for me, it's not about. I've not been a person to think about the short term, this moment, to be desperate. because for me, I'm here in it for the long term.
Mm.
So it doesn't matter if I speak to someone today and they don't use me for another year. Do you know what I mean? Or if I have a good conversation with someone I've never met, and I genuinely do care, what they're doing in their life, what they've been up to that week, how's the homeschooling.
Yeah.
Because I think that in times to come, hopefully they would recommend me or use me. But I just want to. My ultimate goal was to build up my profile in the area that I live for now 40 years. Whilst I've got a wide circle of people I know, that
Mm.
circle could always be bigger, and you could have more people. So yeah, look, I think for me, it's building relationships has been the key, and that could be a relationship that you may never do business with, but they will know someone in that community that they will hopefully recommend and give me an opportunity to present to them and show them how different I am.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been eye opener. It's been definitely an eye opener.
Okay, but it's giving you that chance to actually build those relationships that maybe you might not have before as much. You probably would have, but not as many people within a 4, 5, 6, 8 week period for as it's been for you.
Yeah, yeah. Look, there's it's been and it's very sad that people have lost their lives. That's my number one thing, and my heart goes out to them, and I know people that have lost people, and it's extremely sad to hear the cases. But for me,
Mm.
we've got to take the positives out of any kind of situation. I'd never spent so much time indoors with my family. I never spent so
Yeah.
much time in my garden. My garden's looking all right at the moment. I've never spent so
For
much
now.
time speaking to my neighbours. And I think that this is the time you've got to knock on people's doors and off your neighbours that are maybe old or don't have the ability to get out as much. You've got to be the ones looking after them, because you've got to think, if that was your mum or if that was your dad, what
Yeah.
would you want if you weren't around? What would you want them to do? You want them to be
Yeah.
forgotten about or thought about? And for me, it's important to be thought about.
That giving back, and that's one of the things I love about what you do in your business. It's about people around them rather than just focusing on money or what you can ask them for business. It's just about the actual relationship you can build with them to become almost a friend, family for life, and then move from there. So you're a go-to person that people have got your mobile number and they can just pick up the phone and either have just a normal conversation or ask you about business.
Well, I think if you're seeing people on a more regular basis and you're having 1 to 2 conversations with them a week
Mm.
for 8 weeks, 7 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever it is, do you think that you build up natural relationship, wouldn't you?
Mm.
If these people don't want to know you, they won't speak to you. But people want to talk at the moment more than ever.
Mm.
So for me, it's a great opportunity for me to get to know my community better. And when I say better, I lived here for a long period of time, but it's made me realise
Mm.
I actually don't really know the community that I live in that much. We all think
Yeah.
we do, but I think now it's really drilling home. Um, so yeah, I think that for me, work on the relationships, build the relationships, yeah, continue the
Mm.
relationships, then you're at the forefront of their mind, and naturally, in a conversation, you will come up. Look, I've had people come to me and ask me for what I think of the market, um, any kind of self-employed, guidelines, any help that the government could give them. Now, I don't qualify for any help
Mm.
from the grants, etc. But knowing people that don't understand it as well, you've got to
Mm.
help them. You've got to try and point them in the right direction. If
Mm.
someone wants to know the value of their property, but they're not looking to sell it now or rent, you do that, don't you? You don't always
Yeah.
think that you're going to get. Don't chase the money, in my opinion. Yeah, let the money come to you, um, And I think it's important that you just keep building those relationships. And I know I keep repeating myself, but you know, you hardly do repeat business with people you don't know. You want to,
Yeah.
if you know someone, builds loyalty, builds trust. And I
And
think it's
without people, you have no business anyway.
well, I think it's really important. Really
Okay.
important.
So what's the future look like for Mr. Scott Donovan at the moment then?
Well, hopefully my hair grows back now. After shaving it off. But what does the future hold? I want to continue being ingrained into the community. I've got future plans to do that and how to do that because I want to do that. I want to help the companies, the businesses that have stepped up, or the people that have stepped up in this time, because those are the people that we need to help and support when we come out of this. The independents, yeah, the charities, the one man bands that they've given it their heart and soul. They put their health on the line to help others. So I want to continue. I want to continue doing that. I think that's really important, and as I say, I've got plans for that. But I'm confident that I'm going to have a life that is going to be amazing. I'm not saying it's amazing at the moment, but it's going to be something special. I really believe in that. Yeah, and I really do.
But you've made it for you and your family.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing is though is that I think everyone has different ideas of where to go with things. Yeah. But we're all trying to get to a destination, and that destination doesn't matter if you go that way or you go that way. As long as you get to that destination. So it's extremely important that you follow your beliefs. You don't try and change as a person, because you can't be fake in a business. You got to be you, because people buy from people. And I want to be me. Do you know what I mean? I that's what people go with me for. My business is based on referrals, and all the time people keep referring business to me or opportunities. I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
So yeah, look, I think that don't look at this as a negative. We look at this situation as a positive and what we can get from it, and how we can improve as a person, as an individual, or as a business, and how we can continue running when we come out of this. Yeah, because I know so many people that are furloughed at the moment, and everyone's on holiday. So
it's preparing to grow, isn't it?
Yeah, and you're always going to grow.
Okay, cool. So last little thing as well. So just tell everyone what area you cover, how they can find you. But I'll put your social media stuff into this post as well. But yeah, tell everyone what area you cover and what community you're trying to build.
Yeah. So I cover Croydon and surrounding areas, because I'm right on the border of nearly on the border of Kent. So there's a number of different areas I can go around Croydon. That's where I live, and the community that I'm trying to build is very close to where I live. So that's the Forestdale, Sellerston, Sanderson, Wallingham area, because that's where I spend most of my money. So that's the ones I want to continue building upon. So yeah, look, you can find me on social media: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. My telephone number. Hopefully, you put that into here as well. So yeah, there's a number of different avenues that we can go down.
Nice one. Well, thanks for your time today, Scott, mate. Really appreciate it. Your busy day and with your family. And I'll pop all your social media bits and pieces into this post. And thanks again for your time and telling us your story, mate.
Oh, I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Nice one. Cheers, Scott.